The 1970s, a decade remembered for glitter and grit, for disco balls and denim jackets, for oil crises and Watergate, for the rise of the singer-songwriter and the birth of arena rock. In music history, the conversation almost always circles back to the giants. ABBA's shimmering harmonies, the Bee Gees' falsetto-fueled disco dominance, Elton John's flamboyant piano ballads. But history is never written by everyone, only by those who last. Beneath the glare of stadium lights and platinum records was another story, a constellation of pop groups who burned bright, if only for a moment, and then faded. They sold millions of singles, soundtracked school dances and summer romances, and in some cases, pushed pop forward in ways few realize. Yet today, many are footnotes dismissed as bubblegum or one-hit wonders. This is their story. In the mid-70s, if you were a teenager in Britain, chances are you had rollermania in your bloodstream. Bay City Rollers weren't just a band, they were a cultural movement. Tartan scarves, fan clubs, hysteria that rivaled Beatlemania. Their hit Saturday Night topped the US charts in 1975. But behind the plaid-patterned smiles, there were lawsuits, bitter management disputes, and members who later revealed the darker side of pop exploitation. They were supposed to be the next Beatles. Instead, they became a cautionary tale of how the industry could chew up and spit out young talent. Their single, Don't Pull Your Love, was smooth, sun-drenched soft rock, the sound of FM radio at the dawn of the decade. Maybe you can't see all the things you've meant to me. Later, with Fallin' in Love 1975, they flirted with disco's velvet grooves. Got the key. But there's a twist. By the time of that second hit, the lineup had changed. Yet the band name stayed the same, confusing DJs and audiences alike. Baby, baby, falling in love. I'm falling in love. It's a story that highlights how branding, not just music, often dictated who survived the shifting tides of 70 seconds pop. Oh, I don't know why she's leaving go. I guess she didn't know where she's going. She's got a reason. While the US was falling for Fleetwood Mac and the Eagles, Europe had Smokey. Years I've been Alice, living next door. Their single Living Next Door to Alice became an international smash. So tell her in a sinking glass, now I got how I feel and maybe gotta get used. Produced by songwriting powerhouse Nicky Chin and Mike Chapman, the hit factory behind Suzi Quatro and Sweet, Smokey's sound was equal parts soft rock and pop melancholy. Two kids and we grew up together apart. Yet in America, they never quite broke through, a reminder of how Atlantic borders could make or break careers before MTV and the internet erased them. Around the old tree, it's been 3 long years. Tie a yellow ribbon round the early oak tree wasn't just a hit, it became a national symbol. Returning Vietnam vets, prisoners coming home, even hostage crises, America wrapped its grief and hope around that yellow ribbon. If I don't see a ribbon around the old tree. With their TV variety show, Tony Orlando and Dawn became household names, bridging racial lines as a mixed group on national television. On the bus, forget about us, put the blame on me. But by the late 70s, the variety format died, and so did their chart presence. I'll stay on the bus, forget about us, put the blame on. The day, they're remembered more as a moment than as a music act of shame, given their catalogue. Here's the irony. One of the most quintessential California-sounding hits, Beach Baby 1974, was made by a British studio group. Written and produced by John Carter, the song was pure sunshine fantasy, layered with harmonies that echoed Brian Wilson's work with the Beach Boys.
sand from July to the end of September.
But it wasn't a real band. Musicians came and went, meaning there was no stable group to market, tour, or build momentum. It's one of the best examples of how the 70s studio machine created pop gems that shimmered then vanished. We all know You Sexy Thing, immortalized in movies like the film Auntie. But Hot Chocolate's story runs deeper. Formed in London and led by Earl Brown, the group craft a unique fusion of funk, soul, and pop, with lyrics often exploring themes of love, race, and identity. They were also one of the few mixed-race bands to achieve mainstream UK success, at the time itself a cultural breakthrough. Yet outside a handful of enduring singles, history has treated them as novelty, when in truth, they were pioneers.
Like the rush of the wind, and your arms have held me safe from a road.
Before the Bee Gees dominated Saturday Night Fever, the Hues Corporation gave us Rock the Boat 1974.
Our love is like a ship on the ocean. We've been sailing.
Some critics call it the first true disco hit, crediting the genre's global takeover. The band's name itself was a playful jab at Howard Hughes. But despite their groundbreaking sound, they were quickly overshadowed. It's a classic case of innovators being forgotten once the imitators got bigger budgets and bigger spotlight.
They talk about it still. When a man named Al Capone.
With the night Chicago died, and Billy Don't Be a Hero, Paperlay specialized in story songs, dramatic, cinematic pop narratives that painted vivid pictures.
To war with the forces of the law. I heard my mom cry.
At a time when glam and disco dominated, their tracks were almost like mini radio plays.
Glory be. I heard my mom.
But critics branded them kitsch, and by the late 70s, their storytelling style was out of fashion.
Sound of the battle rang through the streets of the.
Still, those songs capture the sense of escapism 70 seconds pop often delivered.
Find my way back home.
Their ballad Precious and Few was a slow dance staple in 1972.
Precious and few are the moments we took care.
But Climax could never follow up. Why? Part of it was timing.
On my mind, your love is so rare.
By the mid-70s, softer ballads gave way to funkier, more upbeat pop. The industry wanted grooves, not tenderness.
It just wouldn't be fair. 'Cause precious.
Their story illustrates how a shift in trends, not necessarily talent, could erase a band from collective memory almost overnight.
Nothing like the sky that knows a potion. The moon will send you on.
Atlanta's Starbuck broke out with Moonlight Feels Right. Its marimba solo rearing pop became instantly iconic.
Feels right. Moonlight.
DJs loved it. Audiences loved it. But the band struggled to replicate the magic.
And observe the constellations and watch the moon smiling bright.
Still, their single represents a larger truth. 70 Seconds Pop wasn't afraid to be weird.
Rain. The eastern moon looks ready for a wet kiss.
This was an era when experimentation sometimes broke into the mainstream, even if just for one glorious summer. Formed from the ashes of the Seekers, this group struck gold when they turned a Coca-Cola ad into I'd Like to Teach the World to Sing. What began as corporate jingle became an anthem for harmony and optimism, an era-defining cultural crossover between commerce and pop.
I'd like to teach the world as a
But as with many brand-linked hits, their credibility suffered. They were seen as manufactured, and by the time punk sneered into town in '76, the new seekers' earnest optimism felt hopelessly uncool. Clean-cut, polished, and built for harmonies, Guys and Dolls seemed positioned to ride the ABBA wave. Their hit, There's a Whole Lot of Loving, was pure radio candy. But where ABBA had the songwriting genius of Benny and BGR and a global marketing push, Guys and Dolls lacked that secret weapon.
Taller than a California redwood tree.
They are fascinating what-if proof that talent alone wasn't enough in the increasingly global pop machine. Zero wore harmonies dressed up in glam's glitter that was the Rubettes. Sugar Baby Love exploded in 1974, its falsetto hook instantly memorable. But their old-school vocal stylings clashed with the harder edges of glam and the rise of disco. Still, they represent a quirky transitional moment in 70s pop nostalgia for the 50s, wrapped in the production sheen of the 70s. In apartheid-era South Africa, an all-female band breaking into international charts was radical. Clout Substitute became a European hit in 1978. Their success challenged gender expectations in rock, at a time when the industry was still overwhelmingly male. They deserve to be remembered not just for their music, but for what they represented: women pushing against the boundaries of a male-dominated genre.
Hey Pop Lore family! Did you know only 1% of viewers are subscribed? If you love deep dives into pop legends, forgotten gems, and the stories behind the songs that shaped generations, hit that subscribe button right now. And don't forget to turn on LL notifications so you'll be the first to know when we premiere our next video. It's free, it helps Pop Lore grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single countdown or music story. Let's build this community together.
Pilot's Magic remains one of the most enduring pop singles of the decade. Its bright melodies, jangling guitars, and airy production captured the optimism of the mid-70s. Their follow-up, January, went to #1 in the UK. But here's the behind-the-scenes twist. Members of Pilot later joined the Alan Parsons Project and played on Kate Bush's The Kick Inside. They weren't just a pop group, they were deeply woven into the fabric of 70-second studio wizardry. Pilot's fading from public memory is one of pop history's injustices. The journey doesn't end here. Pop lovers, watch this next.